In Cleveland, where the NFL's spotlight burns brightest, the Browns remain a lightning rod for drama, even after a dismal 3-14 season in 2024. The epicenter of this storm is Shedeur Sanders, the 5th-round pick whose name dominates headlines. On ESPN, CBS, and NBC, the son of Deion Primetime Sanders, Shedeur brings a supernova of hype. His number 12 jerseys outsell all Browns players per team shop data, and his college stats: 3,926 yards, 27 touchdowns at Colorado, scream star. Yet, on the Browns' 2025 depth chart, he's QB3, trailing 40-year-old Joe Flacco and rookie Dylan Gabriel. Is this development or a deliberate dimming of a potential icon? Mary Kay Cabot, a leading Browns insider, has broken her silence, boldly declaring Sanders the future of the franchise. Her shift from critic to champion underscores a saga that's less about football and more about power, narrative, and a player who could reshape the NFL. With Flacco's time waning and Gabriel unproven, Sanders' rise feels inevitable. But will Cleveland let him shine, or is the machine holding him back? Cabot's stance is unequivocal. Sanders is why the Browns remain relevant. Without him, we're irrelevant, she wrote on Cleveland.com, arguing that his presence alone keeps Cleveland in the news cycle. His 74% completion rate and 4.1 touchdown to interception ratio at Colorado, paired with 3,132 yards and 40 touchdowns at Jackson State, made him a steal at pick 144. Yet the Browns' choice to slot Flacco, a fading Super Bowl hero with 2,913 yards in 2024, and Gabriel, a 5'11" rookie with 1,295 college rushing yards but no NFL snaps, over Sanders baffled fans. Cabot calls it a low-risk, high-reward gamble. He's too talented to pass up, she said, urging the Browns to give him a shot. If he falters, they move on. If he succeeds, he's the franchise's savior. But managing Sanders' fame, she warns, is where Cleveland stumbles. His built-in audience, fueled by Deion's swagger and Shedeur's charisma, defies control. Attempts to downplay him only amplify scrutiny as fans and media demand answers. The Browns thought they could tame the Sanders storm, Cabot notes, but his aura is uncontainable. During the pre-draft process, Cleveland fell for his character, not just his arm. They really liked him as a human being, she said, recalling her own experience watching Sanders at Colorado's showcase and the NFL Honors red carpet. His poise, moving through Radio Row with ease, left an impression. I ended up liking him as a person, Cabot admitted, a sentiment echoed by teammates. Sanders bonds with Flacco, laughing in the locker room, and earns respect from veterans like Amari Cooper and David Njoku. He's a tremendous teammate, Cabot said, citing his maturity among NFL giants. Unlike the external chaos, fans chanting Shedeur at First Energy Stadium, where his jerseys outnumber Flacco's 10-1, Sanders remains drama-free inside the building. He doesn't complain even when relegated to scout team reps, mimicking Lamar Jackson while Flacco and Gabriel take first-team snaps. Sanders' on-field gifts are undeniable. Cabot hails his arm strength and processing speed as superpowers. His 30-yard lasers in practice, like one to Jerry Jeudy, mirror his college tape. While not elite in mobility, critics note he holds the ball too long, leading to 5 sacks. In the Rams' preseason game, Sanders is solid across the board. His preseason debut against Carolina, 14 of 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, showed promise. But a dismal Rams outing, 3 of 6, 14 yards, raised doubts. Still, Cabot insists his work ethic sets him apart. In training camp, Sanders went 2 for 3 against top defenders like Myles Garrett, earning first-team reps not through hype, but grit. He's standing out, she said, dismissing claims he's riding media pressure. His film study using virtual reality like Jaden Daniels sharpens his reads, and his 7-on-7 efficiency outshone Gabriel's in June. Cabot's prediction: when Flacco's tenure ends, likely by mid-season given his age, Sanders will seize QB1. The Browns' handling of Sanders fuels the fire. Cabot argues their attempt to control his narrative, keeping him QB3 to avoid a quarterback war, backfires. The more they push him aside, the more pressure they face, she said. After a 3-14 season, Coach Kevin Stefanski's seat is scalding. A 5-12 projection for 2025 per ESPN adds urgency. Flacco with a $4 million contract and $13 million incentives isn't the future. His 62% completion rate last year pales next to Sanders' college precision. Gabriel drafted 50 picks. earlier offers mobility but lacks Sanders' star power. His 272 preseason yards came with 2 sacks and a pick, exposing rookie flaws. Meanwhile, Sanders' marketability, first among NFL rookies in jersey sales, makes him a goldmine that Browns can't ignore. He brings a unique aura, Cabot said, noting fans wearing number 12 at Huntington Bank Field. Trying to dim that light only ignites more backlash. The NFL's history with disruptors adds context. Baker Mayfield got the keys in 2018 despite raw mechanics. CJ Stroud was Houston's instant starter. Sanders, with better stats, faces a higher bar. Cabot suggests it's not bias, but caution. Cleveland fears rushing a rookie into a fractured offense. The line, revamped with rookie Ariante Ursary, failed Sanders against the Rams, exposing protection issues. Still, whispers of deeper motives linger. Deion's outspokenness, shaking college football, casts a shadow. A confident black quarterback with a revolutionary father threatens the old guard, much like Cam Newton's dances drew ire. If Sanders succeeds too soon, he's a symbol, rewriting power dynamics. Cabot sidesteps conspiracy, but admits the external pressure, fans, media, even Deion, complicates Cleveland's plan. His fans won't let unfair treatment slide, she said, pointing to the Nonner-free Shedeur movement. Inside the locker room, Sanders shines. He commands respect, Cabot said, noting his bond with Flacco and leadership in huddles. Unlike Deshaun Watson, rehabbing and absent, Sanders is present, pushing receivers like Cedric Tillman in scout team drills. His frustration is subtle, a glance at the playbook after a rep, but he channels it into work. He treats practice like playoffs, Njoku said. The media frenzy, though, is relentless. Cleveland radio debates his readiness 24/7. One caller demanded, "Play Shedeur or lose the city." Cabot's shift from critic to advocate mirrors a broader tide. Once skeptical, she now sees Sanders as the answer. His 1.9 assist to turnover ratio, college, and clutch throws signaling readiness. He's not just hype, she said. He's changing minds. The stakes are colossal. If Flacco falters, say, in week 5 against Baltimore, Sanders could get the call. A primetime debut, 70,000 fans roaring, would be electric. One 40-yard touchdown could make him a phenomenon. One pick could fuel doubters. Stefanski's tightrope is thin. Rush Sanders and a flop risks his job. Delay and fans revolt. GM Andrew Berry, who drafted Sanders, faces similar heat. His roster moves, cutting Tyler Huntley, trading Pickett, clear a path, but a misstep could stain his legacy. The NFL craves Sanders' ratings. Networks like Amazon see Deion's sideline presence as gold, but prefers a controlled narrative. Sanders, though, is uncontrollable. His moment looms. Week 10, Week 15, or a collapsed season, but delay breeds unrest. Will he rise as Cleveland's savior or join its quarterback graveyard? Drop your take below. Is Sanders the future, or is Cabot's faith premature? Comment prime time if you're all in and hit that like button. Subscribe to Huddle HQ and turn on notifications. This saga's just begun.